representatives in Orange County and Middletown to be remorseful for their role in facilitating this project, but we see that they are not at all remorseful, that they are once again protecting the interest of the company against the interest of the public. So once again, I'm Pramila Malik. I'm the chair of Protect Orange County. Thank you all for coming. We are participating in the last and final permit in opposition to this permit. This is a 650 megawatt frac gas power plant, one of the largest sources of emissions in the state of New York, and has been allowed to operate now for 1.5 years without a Title V permit. I need to move this way?
No, everybody needs to be with the chair.
Oh, thank you. Please, let's get closer together. And I think that's a reflection of the corruption, the fact that it's been allowed to operate. And Title V permits are federal permits pursuant to the Clean Air Act. And the reason it's really important not to allow a large source of emissions, anything over 100 tons of various criteria pollutants, is because within the Title V regime, there's all kinds of reporting requirements and monitoring requirements. And when you don't have a Title V permit, then nobody is actually monitoring the quantity of those permits, and therefore we think it's absolutely unacceptable that they've been allowed to operate. They should immediately be shut down. We are interveners in the administrative proceedings now, and we have appealed to the administrative law judge to withdraw the permits and to shut down this power plant, and he does have the authority to do that. So I don't want to speak too long because we're all going to say what we have to say when we go inside as well. But what I do want to say is this is the last chance New York State has to do the right thing. This is the last chance Governor Cuomo and the DEC have to do the right thing. It is their responsibility to protect the health and safety of the public. We have Erica Myers right here, who's lived in her property for 10 generations, is being forced to move out of her home because of this power plant. We have Terry Busicchia, who lives right across the street from the power plant, who's had adverse health impacts. We have given the DEC and the DOH a health report documenting 265 incidences of adverse health impacts. We have pulmonologists in the area commenting and noticing that respiratory illnesses are rising. We have particulate matter meters that are deployed around the power plant that have, she has an umbrella right there, I think, or somebody's umbrella, that have reported emissions as high as over 150 micrograms per cubic meter. So we think there's no ambiguity. The CPV is a bad actor. They're corrupt. The project should have been shut down. They don't deserve a Title V permit. They have operated lawlessly for far too long. It's time for DEC and Cuomo to do the right thing. I'm going to ask a couple people to speak a little bit about their experience with the power plant. Terry, why don't you start? You live right across the street.
Hi, Terry Busicchia. I live on Big Stage Road. Since this power plant has opened up, I have lost my voice. I've been on an inhaler. You can't sit outside. I've lived in my house for 50 years, and all of a sudden I can't go outside. I have to stay inside, cooped up. I have a 91-year-old mother that I moved into my house, and she can't breathe. She's having breathing issues as well. Now, do I have to close my windows and not enjoy the summer in my house? I think it's ridiculous. I pay taxes. I'm a taxpayer. I should not have to go through this. Something needs to be done. I don't know who we have to speak to, but something needs to be done. It's a shame.
Closed down.
It has to, you know it's not going to be closed down because there's too much money involved. On the other hand, I think their permits should not be. My son lives on Middletown Road. He has asthma. He can't even sit outside. He's right directly across the street from the plant. So
Thank you so much, Terry.
do I have to stop? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Terry. I'm going to quickly ask Erica, who also lives near the plant, who's being forced to move from her home that she's lived in for 10 generations, to say a few words.
Ma'am, she wants you guys off now.
I thought you said by the
No,
stop
this is
sign.
still the property. I was gonna let you guys stay here. She didn't like realize that you guys were here.
Can we quickly just finish up? We're almost done.
No, she's like right in the window and wants me to tell you guys to get off the counter.
Well, she's got a lot more. She's got a lot